First of all, name of Allah. Hi. In this CSS tutorial, we will learn about grid column properties. In body types, we will use open div element and close the div element. In between div elements, we will use open div element and close the div element. One copy and change to 10 and remove last div. Press the blue button to save the file. Go to the browser and reload the page. Now we will apply CSS on these items. We will use external style sheet style.css file and first we will apply CSS on this div. Class selector use G selector grid hyphen container, in short form C, open curly braces and close curly braces. In between curly braces we will use background color, colon, use color, hashtag A9 semicolon. Underneath background we will use padding, colon, 12px semicolon, from top, bottom, left and right 12px, and gap between column and row 10px semicolon. Underneath gap we will use grid hyphen template hyphen column. Underneath we will use display column grid semicolon. This class selector and G-C selector using first class attribute use equal double quotes. In between double quotes we will use G-C. Press the blue button to save the file. Index.html style.css. Press the blue button to save the file. Go back to the browser and reload the page. Now we will apply CSS on these items. For create column, class selector use G-C. After that, open curly braces and close curly braces. In between curly braces we will use background color, colon, hashtag F 8DC and comma. Underneath we will use text align center, text align column center semicolon. Underneath we will use padding, colon, 12px and 0. Underneath we will use font size, font hyphen size, colon, 30px semicolon. We used already G-C and class selector using div class G-C. Press the blue button to save the file, and style.css. Press the blue button to save the file style.css file. Go back to the browser and reload the page. And now we will apply CSS on these items. So we will use child combinator selector greater than and use div. Press the blue button to save the file, go back to the browser and reload the page. Grid column property define on which columns to place, where the item will start and where the item will end. So we will use class selector and use I1 open curly braces and close curly braces. In between curly braces we will use grid column grid hyphen column 1 /5 and semicolon use. This I1 apply on all divs. Class attribute use equal double quotes, in between double quotes I1. In second div attribute I1 used in 10 div. Press the blue button to save the file, go back to the browser and reload the page. Column color didn't work, so instead this color we will use RGB open parentheses and close, in between parentheses 248 255 1 and SUs in columns. Press the blue button to save the file style.css. Index.html already saved. Go back to the browser and reload the page. We can refer to the number or use the keyword span to define how many columns the item will span. Item 1 start on column line 1 and end span 3 columns. So we will use 1 span 3. Press the blue button to save the file. Index.html already saved. Go back to the browser and reload the page. Now we will use instead 1, we will use 2 and press the blue button to save the file, go back to the browser and reload the page.